Alright, I got my little map working. Okay, let me get to it. Alright, so I'm gonna be re-exporting this. Okay, so but before I re-export it, I want to get rid of this, the outline here. So let me see if I can do that. We have the coastline style. There we go. So now I want to just re-export this in a new folder. New export. And oops. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I just have so much stuff here. What am I looking for? Oh, maps. Okay, maps, new folder. Alright, so this time what I'll be doing is keeping the map here. I'll open it in Photoshop. I'll create a map like this. Alright, so this is the map. I think I'm gonna crop it. Yeah, I'm gonna crop this. So I'm gonna crop it a little bit to the islands here. So then when I bring it in World Creator, I'll have this as the overlay. Right, so I'll save this. Let me just save this to the save it as a PNG. PNG 24. And it's a pretty big, well, no, it's not that big. Maybe I should raise the, nah, I don't need to raise the resolution. Alright, so this will be just the overlay, so I can see the map. Right, I can see the map. Hold on, this music is kind of loud. Alright, that's better. Alright, so I will save this in maps in the new folder as landmass overlay. And then let me make sure this is 16-bit. Alright, 16 bits. And I want it to be grayscale also. So you want to discard. Alright, and then I'll just make it black and white. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I want to make it. Why is my computer acting so slow today? I got too many things running? I don't know. And I don't want the levels. Press Control U. Alright, something is bogging down my computer. What the hell is going on? Do I need to restart Photoshop? And it's funny, I forgot the oh, it's because I made it grayscale. That's why it wasn't working. I need to do this first. So let me see if it's working now. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to darken it. So we have some transparency here. So we will have a little bit of land beneath the water and in the lakes also. Alright, and I'm gonna save this. Actually, let me make it back grayscale. So discard. Alright. So now it's grayscale and it's 16-bit. Make sure. Yeah. So now I'll just let me save this as wait, actually, what the hell am I doing? I'm supposed to do the opposite because I'm making a height map. Right, so let me invert that and put a black background. I knew something looked kind of weird. Alright, this is what I want. Alright, so now I will save this as the height map. So landmass, height map. And wait, did my chat crash? No, it didn't crash. I need to change my Windows setting. Alright, so I'm opening another chat. Let me see if I could close that. Alright. So now that we have those two maps, now I want to open World Creator. And I want to start from scratch again, you know, until I pretty much learn this software like the back of my hand. Such a great software. Alright, so like I said yesterday, I want to start really small. But this is a 2K map. I want to start with a 4K map. So it's, you know, it's bigger and stuff like that. And I don't like my performance today. I really don't like it. Let me turn off some stuff. Let me turn this guy off. Bye, face rig. So face rig is gone. That should give me back some processing power. Alright, so we have our cool piece of land right here. And for reference, that's how big it is. It's a huge piece of land. So what I want to do is flatten it, you know, because I kind of want to start from scratch. Right, I want to flatten the piece of land. I should also change the layers in this just to make it a little flat. Alright, so first things first is I want to add an area, and that area is going to cover the whole terrain, right? And I want it to be sharp, right? So this is pretty much 100% influence right here. Do I want to add that thing first? How did I do that? No. Alright, let me just add this. So it has a height map. I want to load the height map. So desktop maps, right? Landmass height map. All right, so that we flatten it here using the border blend range. Why does it look like this? Anyway, it didn't do this yesterday. It wasn't red, it just showed the land. But anyway, so let me actually get out. So it's pretty flat right now. Let me go back. So that's the imported land. I want to raise the resolution to 2048. I think I may have exported it incorrectly, maybe. Weight strength. And I could edit it, you know, I could do this and I'll lift it up here, you know, in certain parts. But I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so we have the area. How did I do this yesterday? So I have this. Um, so, you know, you could use a custom base shape and you could edit the shape and it's gonna have all these diamonds here. But something's wrong. Something's wrong. I did something wrong, so let me see. Yeah, this has nothing to do with it. This is just the border blend. All right, let me see. And there's a pixel that I was just pulling. Now it's a huge mountain. Let me turn this back on. And let me change the environment a little bit. I can't stand this environment. So environment, right now it's realistic. I need to put water. Show ocean plane. There we go. And ocean height. This is how I did it the first time. You can raise the ocean height to match the land, right? Hmm. But my area, let me add an area again. I'll fit the terrain. I will select that. Has height map. Um, I will load the height map. All right, that's what I thought. Stretch your legs. All right, that's what I thought. I knew something was wrong. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So now we have our imported piece of land. It's not big enough. It's 4096. When I'm gonna export it, it's going to actually be I think 16,000, whichever one is the highest here, and it's gonna be imported into Unity. So I think, you know, Unity, the game engines, they have a max size that you can import, you know, terrain. But what this software does for you, as far as I read, I haven't tried it yet, is you can cut it can cut the land up into different squares, you know, or different sections, I should say, and stitches it back in the engine, or puts it together, so it's not loading one big piece of terrain at at you know at the start. It's all right. We have a very, very flat piece of land. And what it already looks better. Let me put her back for reference. Like that little dot there is the size of a human. Um, I'll be raising the C again so that it's right on the rim, right on the edge. Right? You could lower the influence of the land and stuff like that, but I don't want to do that. I want to raise the C to that level so we'll see the nice river and stuff like that. And when we make it a 16,384, the river will be the appropriate size. Anyway, for reference, that's how big it is. And let me go to the environment and change where the sun is, because right now, since everything is flat, it's kind of overblowing everything. So, and let me actually save this project, folder structure, and I will save this as giant land v2, because I already had one that I was playing with yesterday and the day before. Alright, so the ocean level, I'm going to raise the height to the very edge. Not that much. Alright. So that should be good for us to start shaping. Yeah, just to get a better idea of what it looks like. It's not going to look like that in game. It's going to probably be much more simple, but alright, so let me save that, and right now it's realistic setting. If I put it at ultra, it's going to render clouds and stuff and make it even more realistic, but I'm afraid it might crash my computer. So for now, I'm just going to leave it at realistic. Alright, so time of day is what I want to set, because when you're on the ground, it's kind of, I don't know. I just change the time of day. I really need to change the latitude and longitude here, so I could get an angle that I like. Alright, something like that, sunset. Alright, so now this is the river. Drink water. Alright, so this is the river. And I'm pointing directly at the sun. Maybe something like that. Yeah, so look at that. I love the waves, but the waves are a little bit much. So this looks good. Um, what I need to do now is I want to add an overlay to this, right? Because right now I can't see where it starts and where it ends. I just kind of have an idea. Hey, the land ends here, or this section ends here, this section ends here. So let me go back and see if I could do that. And let me rename this to Giant Land. Overlay image. And this is just an overlay that you see when you're in this mode. So landmass overlay. Boom. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to include. Let me do that. I forgot to include the actual paths. So I still can't see exactly where it ends. See? That. All right. So I do have it exported, so it shouldn't be too hard. So let me go back. Hopefully I have a lot of undos. All right. And let me drag the paths. Why are these paths so small? Is this not, it may not be the one that I exported. Yeah, why did the paths become so small? Actually, this is 1920 by 1080. Alright, that's weird. So let me add it back and just change the size, I guess. Oh, I know why. Because I cropped the image here. Okay, so I'll just... That's one misstep, I guess. Mm-mm. Let me see if I have any more undos before I actually cropped it. Yeah. Alright, so redo. What was the size? It was 1179 by 1080. 1179 by 1080. All right, hopefully I remember that. Bring it in, and now it fits perfectly. And now I can shit, that was a bad idea because I cut off the islands, which that's a no-no. So I may just need to do this again. Yeah, I think it will be better to just do it again. So, hmm. Uh-uh. What's the best way to do this? Yeah, let me just do it again. So crop it. Let me clear the ratios. I'll crop it up to here. I'm not trying to have any extra information. All right. And I'll overwrite the files and keep it moving. So this is the overlay. Replace. And I'll just merge those layers since it's pretty perfect. And this white. Why does that look so blurry? It's not smooth. That's fine. We'll fix it in the engine. All right. So I'm gonna come back here and do this again. So want to load. That, right? So it's shifted a little bit. Let me see if it's still the same. Yeah, it's pretty much still the same. And then the overlay image. Is that. All right, perfect. Is it perfect? Yeah, it's perfect. So let me save. I didn't even realize this piece of land right here. This oh no, I did realize that. Okay. I specifically put that there. All right, so as the story goes, let me put her here. I really wish it wouldn't overlay on the actual character. But I may be using this wrong anyway, but let's see. Height map. Overlay. I want to raise the resolution a little bit. All right. So it seems pretty big. The beach is huge though. You know, the beach area, is it huge? Well, no, it's not that huge, but the sand, it it's coming up way too much. The story is supposed to start here. I need to set the camera speed. Where is it? Camera speed multiplier. Uh, turn off distance. All right, there we go. Because it gets slower by default when you get closer to the land, which is a cool feature, but it kind of makes it hard to navigate if you're not trying to do that. So I guess it's not bad. No, it's not bad because we could have shops here, um, you know, little houses, and then it's kind of gonna meet some grassy areas, right? And some paths. Maybe it goes up a hill. I used to live close to a beach, and right after the sand, it was pretty much like an uphill cliff, right? You could not really a cliff, but it's like a hill that goes up, and then we had stairs going up. So yeah, I could do a bunch of cool stuff, uh, and then from here to the edge here is still a little way. So you know, we could have cities here. I mean, like villages and stuff like that. I'm just wondering, being that it's so big now, like this area is so big now, it's going to be 3 times the size once I raise the size of this map. If I put it at over 1600 or 16,000, sorry, it's gonna be really big. So maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know. Alright, and this area up here, now I can see where the mountains are. So now I can make another area, you know, and kind of just match the width of this. So that's what I'm about to do. So areas, add area. Right, it's a pretty big area, so it was somewhere here, and this is where the mountainous thing will be. So I think it's somewhere around here. That should be good. And how did I have the map? So it didn't reach all the way out here, but it was just reserved to that little area. Yeah, so this area will be mountains. Northern Mountains. This time, I'm gonna keep the feather on. Alright, so let me save that. And then I'm just gonna try to see if I can start shaping the heights of this. So I'll pull it up a little more, and then I'll start adding the filters on top of that. The mountain filters and stuff like that. So let me see. Hopefully this works. So go back here, edit shape. And these diamonds are way too big because it's covering the whole land. So what I could do, basic generator properties. I don't want to just select that because, you know, that's what it's going to do there. And it still didn't make a difference if I edit the shape. So what I have to do is to give this a little bit more control. The level 1 strength, let's change it down. And the diamonds got smaller, which is cool. It's no longer over the sea, right? And let me see if I can actually raise this up or not. So that area, oh my gosh, the quality is horrible. So I guess I cannot I cannot edit it the way that I think I could edit it. only if I left a little bit of detail from the blend map, then I think I could edit it, which is kind of sucks. So let me see something here. That's a border blend. The height map, height offset. This is if you want to raise the land off the ground. But I don't want to do that. Hmm. Alright, so let me see if I can add anything at all to any filters to just the area. Alright, so I'll add a filter and I'll add it to just uh, the northern mountains. Did I spell that wrong? No, I did not. Alright, to the northern mountains. And I'm going to add let me add ridged and mountain range. I'll add and close it. You cannot see it yet. Because I think I may have messed something up, but let's see. Let me go back to the northern mountains, which is this area, and I don't want to edit the blend map, right? Yeah, because you can't see anything. Hmm. I think I shouldn't have flattened it that much. Resolution. Alright, so this should have a different thing. This should have edit height map since we applied the height map to that. And let me get a pretty big brush. And see if I can start doing that. And this would be one way to do it. But I kind of really don't like this way. And it already has the filter on it, so you could see that it's doing the ridged mountain range. Oh, and these are pretty high. The max is 153 meters. So, in reference, there we go. And let me turn the overlay off. Let me actually lower the opacity. Can I still see? Yeah, I could still see the lines. So yeah, this is one way to do it. The way that I saw first is well, when you just start the land, the piece of land, um, you use the diamonds to raise huge areas, to give the land some macro offsets. But for some reason, the diamonds didn't seem to work. I'll try it again because I may want to just raise, the height. This is the north, so I want it to be higher in that area. Maybe the rivers area here could be a bit lower, but it's not. Those controls are not so fine-tuned. So I guess it really doesn't matter. Anyway, so now, yeah, I could add mountains, and it already has the filter on it, so um, it's pretty cool. It has the filter in the area, right? So, oops, let me do this and go back. You could make the brush size smaller. I said smaller. You could connect two mountains. And the cool thing about it is you could add more filters on top of this filter. You could keep adding filters. Which is cool. All right, so let me see. All right, so let me completely turn that off, the opacity. And if I was to go back here, now we kind of have some mountains that can kind of match that area. Imagine if this was 3 times larger. Wow. All right, so let's add some more filters on top of this to see. I really hate that blur. I need to turn off that blur. I don't need to see blur. But I'll save that. I'll go back to filters and start messing with some settings. So right now we have the mountain ranges, and that's why it looks like that. Looks pretty cool. The general strength is 100% on that. I could add sub-ridges. Right now it's at 0. Right, sub-ridges or not. I really like this mountain here. And once you export it, you get the full resolution. So you get the full resolution height map. So let's add another one, and let's just experiment with some stuff. You could continually add more and more, but right, like this, you have the sharp edges. Stuff like that. So a bit too small, but yeah. Let's try alien. Created cliffs. Interesting. So canyon. That's eroded canyon. Let's see normal canyon. Sand covered canyon. I may need to change the resolution up so you could actually see some good detail, or just change it to ultra realistic. We have canyon rocky cliffs. Canyon smooth. And obviously I'm just adding on to what we have with the ridged mountains. So you're not going to actually see a canyon unless I delete the ridged mountains. Um, that did something. So let's see. Hills. Ridge crossed hills. Pretty cool stuff. You could always change the strength. This is it processing here. So you can get some really, really cool effects. You always want to be at the perspective of the user or the player. Rocky bumpy hills. Let's see. Process. Not bad. When this is high resolution, it's gonna look so great. Rocky hills. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I like this. And there's just so many options to or so many levels of detail that you can change. Or you could change to get like the perfect thing. And I could already see like, hey, this could be a road or a means to get up the hill. You know, something like that. All right, let's look at. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this. I will. Let me just change the mountain range R. Let me remove the mountain range. Yes. So this is what I pulled up, right? Just by painting. Right? Default stuff that you could pull up. And based on that, the filters affect it. So you have really good control. All right, so let me add. Oops. Let me add a new filter. And now you could see all the filters in its glory. So clean plateaus. Let's go to effect. The first one is balloon, and you could see it looks like a balloon. So there's just so much things. Crater. These are pretty cool. Could change the strength. I'm pretty sure there's a seed. Alright, look at that. It's pretty cool. You could do deflate. So it kind of deflates what we have before. You could see it. Directional balloon. You could change the direction. You could change the angle. It's just so powerful. Alright, distort. Alright. Height map. Because you could even load another height map in here, which is so freaking cool. You see the checkerboard? If you zoom in close enough, it's like, cool, cool world. It's a freaking checkerboard. Alright. Inflate. Magnify. Interesting effect. It's like a magnifying glass. So magnify. Interesting. Normal map is another map you have to load in. Pixelate. Pixelate size. Rugged. Swirl. Yeah, that's probably for a bigger area. Alright, so that's effect. Alien, we already saw the craters. Canyons. These are eroded canyons. Look at this. Canyon. General strength. You could change the canyon sharpness. I guess it has 5 levels of sharpness. Cool stuff, cool stuff. You could change the sharpness strength. Higher or lower. And you could change a bunch of these options. Alright, canyon sand covered. Oops, sand covered. Oh, what is this? That looks horrible. And canyon smooth. have hills. These are just like rocky mountains. Hills, rocky deep hills. That we already checked this out. This is the mountain ranges. I really like these. I really like these. It's like, look at it. It's like so freaking cool. It's like an instant interesting landscape. Fill, expand. Isn't that cool? This is some really, really cool stuff. And it's all from a height map. All from a black and white image. Drink some water. Look at this. What does this remind you of? This reminds me of what do they call it? The devil's horn or the devil's something? They even have Minecraft in here. I was laughing at this yesterday. Their attempt at Minecraft. It's so funny. Alright, so that seems pretty normal, irregular. Okay, dunes. Good old sand dunes. And instantly we're in the desert. I like the wavy dunes. Where's the highest peak? We have density. We could lower the density. Make it. And then we could raise the density. And then we have different types of erosion. Erosion soft, erosion fluvial, and wind. What is this? Advanced erosion? Alright, so let's get back to what I wanted to do here. I wanted mountains here, ridge mountains. Make it a little taller, so 164 meters. Let's see how these are really sharp. Yeah, something like that's better. You start seeing the sub ridges there. Oops, and I lost it because I didn't save. Alright, so mountain range. I forgot how they added. You could change the direction of the wind and stuff like that. So let me add this. So I added that one. And on top of that, let me add that in close. Oh, I have two mountain ranges. Let me remove the first one and see. Yes, I'm sure. Alright. So on top of that, I want to add a kind of crazy effect. Alright, just lower the strength. That's an interesting effect. I hate it, but it's interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna change the terrain quality a little bit. Right now it's the precision is 1 meter. I want to see if this is gonna change. It may bog down the system, so let me save that. If I change it to 1/2 meter or 1/4 meter, it's going to, it should make a difference. Let me put the grid on. Horrible, horrible. Oh. Don't want to change this. Alright, so details, environment, ultra. I always forget where stuff is on here. Yeah, we need to get some of this land lower. Like a lot lower. Go back to 1 meter for right now. I don't know why this is not working as I need it to. And that's how I know I made a mistake somewhere. Because this land should be... Alright, let me go back to Giant Land and I will... We have the border blend. Guess this was the original size. Let me see. I'm still trying to figure out the workflow for this. Yesterday I really had it good. I was able to lower certain pieces, and I guess I can't do it with the diamonds. I don't know how to do it with the diamonds anymore. Alright, so what can I do here? So let me just edit the height map itself and just go back and start painting. I could flatten some areas, and it goes down to where one is. Let me not do that. Let me lower it. Oops. Giant land. Edit height map. I wish the shortcuts to lower the brush size was the same thing as Photoshop. I don't like the brush strength, it's way too strong. Mm-mm. I think I have to go to the official tutorials to figure out what's the best way to work in this software where the feedback is good. Uh, maybe I have to go back to smaller terrain size. I don't want to do that, it kind of makes it disappear. Let me see. It cuts it off a little bit. Yeah, so this is a smaller terrain. Will it move out of the way, Fior? Alright. Yeah, this can't be the way to do this. I'll put it on medium or low and see. And let me take off this topo. See if that makes a difference. So that didn't make a difference. Edit blend map. Let's see if that's the way to go. Alright, let me put the blend map back so you won't see the actual outline that much. There has to be a way to edit, you know, the heights and stuff, or the height map a lot smoother than it's giving me right now. This is like a dead halt. Change the level steps so we can see the river. If I do this, it's gonna grab a bunch of them. But moving it is doing nothing. I wonder if there's something I need to apply. I'll have to do some more tutorials on this. But I'm glad I got to this part where I understand, alright, how to import your custom shape and how to do, you know, certain areas. Like it's not affected because we resized the map, right? But if I grab it and bring it back, now you see the effect came back, which is really cool. This is so damn cool. Alright, so it pretty much just came back exactly how we had it before. See if I could put her exactly on top here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at some tutorials, see how they do their stuff, and come back, and hopefully I'll be able to have more flexibility with the map and do what I need to do. And then yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna call it a night. I'm also very tired, as you could probably hear from my voice. And I will see you guys another time.